I'm one of the only people here. Like, I'm the only chocolate drop in the pool. Like, how else do you expect me to defend myself if it's just me?
Being a Black woman and doing sports, there's definitely pressure to always look your best, particularly with our hair, our makeup, the clothes we wear. And that pressure is evident every day for me when I'm getting ready, whether it's to go to school or to go to practice. Just knowing that we represent more than ourselves and more than our sport, it's a big deal, and it takes up a lot of headspace, I'd say.
Yeah, I think we definitely are in a league of our own because I think Black women just carry themselves in a different way. Like, we know the barriers that we've overcome to do certain things. Like, not only are we still saying like this is the first woman to do something in society, but like to be the first Black woman to do something, it's like a whole nother category. So I think within that, that's why like you just hold yourself up with a different kind of swagger, because it's like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here, and I still made it here. So I think that's kind of how we're in a league of our own too, because it's just, I mean, you've overcome everything and now you're just excelling in any way with just making it to college, honestly.
We are in a totally different league. I don't want to say we are superior, but we're superior without knowing we're superior. And with that comes responsibility. With that comes, all the above. It comes more everything. But in the sense of like, yes, more responsibility, more reward. And like you said, it's less like the reward, the happiness, the little things I feel, the adrenaline, all the tiny things I feel, like being on the field, knowing I'm doing this not only for myself, but other Black girls and other individuals, any individual who's out here. I don't know, it just gives you the best feeling ever. It's like almost indescribable. Like, I really can't describe it. All I know is like, I want to trade it for the world. I want it.
The junior forward.
Being a Black woman college athlete, I'm sitting at the intersection of Blackness and womanhood. So juggling those two identities and having to fight for each identity and equality in those senses, it's definitely a task. It's an ongoing struggle.
Trying to fit in with a group of people that may not understand anything about me is frustrating. And I feel like I've gotten a lot better at meeting new people than I was last year, because last year I tried to confine myself to my swimming circle only, and it was toxic for me, and it was starting to eat away at me emotionally, physically, things were starting to fall apart.
The adversity I faced, given some microaggressions, have taken a toll. It just takes up space in your mental. And as a Black woman, it's always how we're perceived. It's all about perception. So people make comments about my hair, about my attitude, or what I'm doing, or how I'm doing that day. It takes me out of that space where I'm supposed to be working, I'm supposed to be grinding, practicing. It takes me out of that mental space to think of, okay, how am I being perceived? Should I soften my tone? Should I smile more? Things like that can affect me and have affected me in the past. So that's unfortunate, but something that I have to deal with every day.
Having that support system as having diversity on your team and having somebody you could go to that understands what you're kind of going through and understands what other people are going through that are literally the same race is just, it helps. It helps. And whether people want to say it does or doesn't, it definitely helps.
I think coming to Georgia and having Joni as a coach, she was just everything I needed as a role model. I was really big when I came to Georgia on flipping my narrative on being more than just a basketball player. And Joni taught me how to do that, and to see a black woman excelling in a role that not many black women excel in, it just kind of showed me what I wanted my path to look like.
I definitely think black women are in a league of their own. Being black and being woman, you have to work twice as hard. You have to excel and go above and beyond. With the implementation of Title IX, I definitely think women in general have received a lot more support in coming years, and there's definitely been a bigger push for equality. But I do think the voices of black women around the NCAA need to be elevated in a sense. Particularly, I saw this with the Black Lives Matter March of 2020.
I think the NCAA supports women. They support women, and they support, in general, women of color. And they try to make sure there's enough inclusion on the inclusion aspect. I don't think they take care of their women of color athletes well, though, especially black female athletes.
I think that representation matters because it just shows people underneath you that as an undeserved population, like, you can still succeed and do so much more than what you think you can do.
It means the world to me, really, to see my fellow black women thrive and find success in a world that's sometimes pitted against us, particularly in our events. In the grand scheme, us being a minority in this world, a majority may be on our teams or in our events. But overall, just seeing us excel and face this diversity, bounce back, and continue to do well, it means a lot. And I think across the board, across every NCAA sport, where there's black women, there's resilience and there's success.